Okay, we are at, I don't even know what today's date is, July 2016. This is the eastern third of the building, and this is where the one-bedroom efficiency will go. Right over there you can see the head of the stairs. Got a bunch of plywood right here for standing on. Got to make sure I don't fall. And ceiling's all emptied up to the rafters. And over here we have what will be the hallway to the, pardon my finger, to the two-bedroom apartment. This is all the two-bedroom apartment right here. This wall and where that washer is right over here, right next to that is going to be a doorway to our, oh, I've got that wrong. The doorway is going to be right here, so part of this has got to be closed up. So the doorway is actually going to be right here into our apartment. So when I talk about on the blog, or Heath talks about on the blog, about the western 2/3, that's what that section is, where we're actually going to live. And the eastern third section, because it's the building's divided into thirds, is this. And this is what we're going to be working on pretty much from now until the end of November, this section. And I'll show you the progress we also have over here. Is, let's see, oh, there we go, light adjust. So you can see all the way down to our tenant's back door and ceiling, and this covered area is one of his offices back there, but a lot of it's open back there in his storage. So we want to get this fixed as soon as we can and quickly as we can. And this is the next tenant over on the other side of this little wall here. We did also discover that there's a chimney back here in this little hole, and that's where in this section right here is where the baker had their stove and their vent for their stove. The bakery was one of the first businesses that was in the Zeiss building. We believe it was owned by William Zeiss. We're still trying to do some more historic research. Let's go back over here. Here's our stack of bricks that we worked really hard to collect from Pat and Deanna, our lovely neighbors. This, unfortunately, is not going to cover up those big holes over there that you can see through there. We also need to fill up this hole, fill up that hole, fill up the hole up there. We've got some, just a lot. So we're going to have to find more antique bricks. So that's on my head right now. There are several companies that do that though. So, but we're going to have to find a lot more because this will only cover maybe one opening. And my best friend Kirsty's dad is going to help us with masonry and teaching us how to do it. So coming out here onto the deck, this is still our remaining bathroom. This is the back side of it. We can't tear this out because we need a place to go pee and wash our hands and everything while we're working. But once we have a bathroom built on the main side, we'll be able to tear that down. So you can see that we have a really nice metal beam that was installed sometime in the past. We're going to fix Mr. Kulo's, our tenant's ceiling, all the way in and make it nice and tight, airtight, well, weather tight for him so that nothing dribbles down. And then of course this back wall is all going to go because this is going to be mostly a deck area. There's our children's back windows. I believe the middle section gets filled up, and then these two are the back windows. So, and our pretty pathetic bathroom, but it saves us from having to go all the way downstairs and down the street when we need to go. I'm kind of rambling. Let's see, I think that's about it. Oh yeah, and our last demo day, we cleared out all of this. We had recycling bits and bobs, we had trash, we had rotted wood, everything that we couldn't keep that was right here that went. And our lovely slide that Heath made helped. So in the meantime, what we've also been doing is pulling up the flooring in there. And so we've got this big stack of flooring over here, which is nice. Oh, and one last thing. So after we get done with that eastern third over there, what we have to do after that, probably in December, is take up the rest of the flooring here, but first finish out the rest of the ceiling and those light fixtures. So we got to get that big heavy air conditioning unit out, and that one, and the big monster. We're still trying to sell it, but we might just have to take it for parts, take it apart and take it to the dump, and we'll get a lot of money for that in scrap. Same with that and that, because they're not usable anymore. So yeah, so later on when it gets cooler, we're going to be doing some more demo days, getting rid of all of this, all of those ceiling tiles, but we need to have a place we need to be able to rearrange all of our wood, and some of this wood's going to go into the new construction of the apartments. So once we get those out of the way, then we'll probably be moving the remainder of the wood by sections, maybe over there, I don't know. Okay, need to stop rambling. Anyway, so that's where we're at. We are waiting on the architect and the structural engineer to get us their plans for the efficiency apartment and the 2-bedroom apartment, so that we can start construction. Woo!